Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of our Tour de France coverage this year. Jumbo-Visma are undoubtedly seen as the strongest team at this year's Tour de France and are aiming for the coveted yellow jersey by the time we reach Paris. And with Jumbo-Visma having the imperious leader of Primož Roglič to boot, it looks like they will be the first team in years to challenge the Tour de France reign of Sky/Ineos. So we thought we would take a closer look at the road bike that Primož Roglič is using in this year's Tour de France edition, the Bianchi Oltre XR4. If Jumbo were able to pull off this triumph, this would be the first time that a Bianchi bike has actually won the Tour de France since the legendary Marco Pantani won on his Mercaton Uno Bianchi Mega Pro XL Reparto Corse 22 years ago in 1998. And incidentally, this was also the last bike/rider to complete the Giro Tour double in the same year. However, if Roglic actually wins this year, it will perhaps also be Bianchi's last time for a while, as Jumbo-Visma are allegedly switching to Cervelo. However, take the report with a pinch of salt. So let's take a closer look at the Bianchi Oltre XR4, which is Bianchi's top range aero bike and could also be the bike in yellow by the time we reach Paris. If we stay with the color of the bike for a second, uniquely Jumbo-Visma's Oltre XR4 are characterized by an exclusive paint system that reduces the molecular weight of the coating, which has shaved an impressive 80 grams of the weight of the bike, and this has been specially done for this year's Tour de France. The Oltre XR4 was released back in 2016, and in the current market it's surprising to have a bike that hasn't been updated for so long, as many of the other manufacturers have been quick to develop their bikes each year. And as we've seen, the Trekker, which was conventionally an all-out climbing bike, but this could be due to the global pandemic, and we could potentially see Oltre XR5 very soon indeed. So let's just address the elephant in the room for this bike. Well, the fact that this bike has rim brakes and not disc brakes. This is interesting, as the Bianchi Oltre XR4 is available only in the disc brake setup for us mere mortals, and with the bike manufacturers going more towards disc brakes as a whole, this is very surprising. But Jumbo-Visma have already enjoyed immense success on the rim brake version, including Wout van Aert and Roglic himself. So this begs the question, in a modern peloton where most of the other teams use disc brakes and most manufacturers are only offering disc brake versions of their newest bikes as well. There may be a few reasons. Firstly, disc brakes weigh more than rim brakes. For the Di2 setup, the difference is about 170 grams, and despite their Oltre XR4 being an incredible bike, it is still a bit outdated compared to its competitors on weight. For example, the latest aero bike coming out of Specialized, the Specialized Tarmac SL7, comes in bang on the UCI weight limit, whereas the commercially available disc brake option for the Oltre XR4 disc Di2 weighs in at 7.8 kilograms. So this would probably explain why Jumbo have gone in for the rim brake version over the disc brake to save that bit of weight and get it on the UCI weight limit. The claimed frame weight is 990 grams compared with the Trekker, for instance, the 2021 edition, which is 698 grams. We can see there's a big difference in weight already. The forks on the Bianchi is also heavier compared to the Imonda, but only by 5 grams, so nothing. So using the rim brake version, the bike saves 170 grams to get the bike to that UCI weight limit, with other weight saving measures of course. And having it as the rim brake version, it's also more accessible for the mechanics when they have to come and change the wheels for punctures, etc., and thus have to spend less time. And we've already seen Julien Philippe have problems on this year's Tour de France with his disc brakes jamming. Whatever the reason may be, rim brakes still hold up against disc brakes, and it's obvious that this bike with its rim brakes doesn't lower the potential of Jumbo-Visma's dominant performance. So disc versus rim is always a contentious issue in cycling, so let us know down in the comments which braking system you prefer as well. I for one prefer the rim brakes. Roglic's Oltre XR4 is of course fitted with the Shimano Dura Race Di2 group set components, which is also due for an update like the bike itself, and of course the cables are all integrated internally. The aerodynamic performance of the bike is aided by the Vision Metron 5D ACR aero handlebar, which is integrated with the stem for a better aero front performance, as said by Bianchi themselves. It also has a sweep forward from the stem part, whereas if we compare it to the 60, this is the more conventional design without this forward aggressive angle. And this is also a standard cockpit option we see in the Pro Peloton these days. The bike is equipped with the Shimano Dura-Race C60 tubular wheels with its 60mm rim depth and a combined weight of 1480 grams. The all carbon rim construction is 60mm deep and 24mm wide, allowing for great aerodynamic performance and a wide and stable tire base, ideal for the use on both flats and mountains, which is why this bike is so versatile. However, there are rumors that Jumbo-Visma use Corima wheels in the mountains similar to those by Astana, and they've actually been sprayed black. Of course, there's a power meter on the bike which is integrated into the chain set and also has an additional sensor on the crank arm. The saddle that Roglic has been using is the Physique Arion R1. The Arion R1 features a composite carbon co-injected shell with wing flex technology and weighs in at just 165 grams. So this saddle is a balance between weight and comfort. So there you have it. That is a brief insight to Primož Roglic's Bianchi Oltre XR4. That's it for this video. Let us know down in the comments what you think of this bike. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.